Alright guys, how's it going? It's day number 95 of my talking in front of the camera in order to improve my colloquial English, and I have only 5 days ahead and my challenge will be ended. And I don't know, that's kinda peculiar feeling because I didn't expect that it will be ended so fast, and I don't want to stop with that, to be honest. I want to continue somehow, and at least I want to continue until I pass my English exam. So I'm gonna to pass it in a month, and for the months I have to continue with those videos, I guess. I don't know, we will see, because I have another things, I have another trips, and it will be hard to continue with recording those videos every day. But at least I have some philosophical questions that uh, I, I I would like to review and to talk about. But I don't know, we will see in 5 days, I guess. I have 5 days to think about it, to reflect on this question, what should I do next, and we will see. But today I continue with IELTS questions, and by the way, it's the first time when I have 8 questions in my first part. So that's kind of strange. Usually I had from 5 to 6 questions, and now I have 8 questions. So let's just get started because I have a bunch of questions. By the way, I'm going to talk about studying and how does, yeah, work or study. It's study in my case. So let's talk about your studies or work. So what subjects are you studying? So I'm not a student who's studying at school. Like a year ago, I've graduated from the college. I've been studying for 4 years to become a lawyer, but I abandoned with that idea. I don't like it. There are a bunch of reasons, to be honest. I'm not going to talk about it. So I'm not the student. The only subject that I'm going to that I have to study is French, since I'm living. I've been living in French society. I don't know, since 2022, and it's time to start speak French, so I need to study French, but I don't do it like for months, I guess, since I am particularly focused on English and I want to improve my English ability to pass an exam and to enroll in university to study an exam. Study in university. Alright, so nowadays I'm studying only English. It's the only subject that I'm studying really hard and from day to day for a lot of hours. Alright, do you like your subject? Why? Yes, by the way, I really enjoy studying, learning different languages. I realized it and I want to achieve fluency in English, then I want to get better in French, probably achieve fluency in French and continue with another languages. Like, I realized that that's really cool. I wanna know more languages, and I really enjoy becoming better, like develop my mind, and learning languages is a great way. So I really like to study English because in my case it's kind of subject that I got asked about. So why did you choose to study that subject? All right, it's, by the way, it's a very good question because during all my life I didn't study English at all, and I remember even in school, in primary school, I got asked by a teacher why you don't study English, because I was driving on purpose. I driving like and on purpose I didn't want to study English, and I answered that I'm not interested in that. I'm gonna to stay in Ukraine in the rest of my life. I don't want to live abroad, like. But the war in Ukraine started 3 years ago, and in that time I have already known that I have to study English. It's time, but I hadn't a suitable opportunity for that, I was too lazy. But when I found myself in another country, I realized that I have to communicate somehow with others, and I wasn't sure that I'm going to stay in Belgium. So the unique. Alright, my video got interrupted because of the timer, so no problem. And yeah, the unique opportunity it was to study English, since you can communicate this language in any country. And I started to learn it. Didn't I didn't do it effectively, to be honest. I was too lazy. Like every now and then I pick up my phone, try to study something, but it wasn't serious. I'm seriously studying English over the past year, I guess, maybe year and a half top, like no more. Before a year and a half, I studied only a bit for it. I didn't really try hard. So I forgot already the question. Yeah, and I realized that it's a cool language that I wanna know. It opens a bunch of opportunities. No matter you wanna study, you wanna work, you wanna just communicate with different people from different countries, with different cultures, with different history. The best way is to study English. So I decided to learn it. My aim was to get B1, I remember. Currently, I definitely have B1, like almost B2. And I don't know, some tests shows that I've already got a B2, but it's not high B2, it's like low B2. But anyway, like my English is good enough to communicate. I can speak this language. I really enjoy study it. For example, today, I don't know, it's been 4 or 5 hours since I started learn English today, and I'm not gonna stop. I'm going to watch movie today. I'm going to repeat words. I want to repeat about 200 words today. Also, I want to study some grammar rules and to do some more stuff. So I really enjoy to do it, and I just wanna achieve fluency in English, since it's useful in terms of everything. Alright, if your subject popular in your country, yes, of course. If we're talking about English, it's obvious that this subject is like ubiquitous. In each schools, it is taught, and each student, each kid is learning this language. So it's of course very popular, but I can't say that really each person really learned this language, because there are not that much people who can speak English good. I'm not talking even about fluency. I'm talking about a good level. However, all my friends who are like my circle of my friends, all of them speak English really well. Is from B1 to C1 level, so that's really cool. But I can say it's about all of people in Ukraine. Alright, do you prefer to study in the morning or afternoon? Of course, in the morning. I'm not going to talk about this question a lot, because I explained it a bunch of times that in the morning I feel a bunch of energy, and I don't need to get access to easy dopamine in the morning to prevent my lazy condition when I'm drained a bit, you know. So I need to start study since I just woke up, and it will be a great day. I can study for hours, and I just prefer, yeah, to study in the morning, because afternoon, in the evening, I'm overwhelmed by something, I'm drained by something, I'm exhausted, so I can't focus and study properly. So how much time do you usually spend studying each week? I don't know how to count it each week. Like, I have different days. Sometimes I can study for 5, 6, 7 hours and I feel good. Sometimes I can study only for 2 hours because I feel no strength. And I guess in the middle, it's about 4 or 5 hours per day. Not gonna lie, probably even 3.5, 4.5 hours, you know, like this. All right, what technology do you use when you study? When I study, I usually use my phone since I have an application to repeat words, to read in English. I have some programs to just open articles and read them in English. Also, yeah, some illuminate articles today. Today I learned a word, illuminating, and I didn't really realize how to use it, but I like to read illuminating articles. So yeah, I have some applications to study English. I don't really use them because I don't find them as useful applications. I don't believe that you can really learn language through applications. It's kind of supports you, but it's like I can't learn English properly. I don't need to use those applications. Like sometimes from time to time when I get really bored, I can open them, but generally no. And also use my laptop. Like have a bunch of pages, a bunch of websites when I'm practicing my grammar, my uh, what else? My writing, my listening, my vocabulary, and stuff like that. So I even bought a new laptop recently. Probably someone didn't know about it. Yeah, and it really became better, and like the feeling of studying and this process became pleasurable and better. So, what changes would you like to see in your school universities? As I mentioned, currently I don't study in school in university. The only thing I want to enroll in the universities that I've visited like several weeks ago, and I really literally liked everything. So I want to enroll there and to study there in English. Like, can you imagine studying English? Like every day you are practicing your English, you are becoming better, and in addition, you are studying some subjects. That's kind of crazy. All right, let's move on. And I have part two, and I have to describe a subject or job you would like to do in the future. You should say what it is, why you are interested in it, what skills you might need for it, and explain why you would like to do this subject or job in the future. Alright, recently I realized that the only things that I want to do in the future is selling and communicating with other people. That's why I chose, I was thinking between business management and business marketing. I just prefer business marketing, but I didn't find like university when I can study business marketing in English by passing DET test. So I had to choose business management. It's also pretty cool because you are studying how does business work. You can, after getting those knowledge, you can run your own business, and also I'm going to enroll in the university when I will be able to study international business management. So it will be on international level, and it's really great. So can you just imagine that my English will be used in each area in my life? Like I will be able to run my own business. I will be able to understand how to sell. I will be able to understand how to communicate with people properly, because it's a really useful skill. And I swear on God, like 95% on this world don't realize how to communicate properly with people. That's why I always recommend to everyone to read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's a great book that I've read several times. So yeah, I kind of want to study international business management, and then I want to run my own business, communicating with people, establish my own team, and just developing. Alright, let's move on, and we have the second part. It's part 3. The theme is education, career, and the future. Alright, what are the main challenges students face today? I don't know, I'm not a student, and in my opinion, it really depends on the country, because in different countries we have different education with different system of education, and as a result, some students feel good in one country, whereas in another country it is opposite, and people don't have enough time to complete all tasks that they got in the university. So the most challenging is probably study properly, because there are one issue that students usually pick up their pick their fields that they want to study randomly. As me, when I was 14 years old guy, I didn't know who I want to be, and I saw like, become a lawyer, yeah, kind of cool. I started studying, it was blowing my mind, like, I didn't, or wait, or it was, no matter. So it was really hard for me, and only through 5 years I realized who I want to be, and I realized it only through some setbacks, through some challenges, when I had enough time to reflect on it, to restrict myself from easy dopamine, from gadgets, to analyze, to process what's going on in my mind, and to understand who I want to be, and at least approximately understand what should I do for that. So about students, like, I guess they pick randomly their field. As a result, they can't be a good professional in their field, and they're not satisfied with their job, or they're generally don't work in the fields that they choose in, like, after school. So do you think academic knowledge is more important than practical skills? No, I don't think so at all. Like, it's kind of cool when you're able to study something hard, to realize more things, but in reality, you need only some things that you are using in every day. That you even not even in every day. If you're a professional in your field, you have to possess of some skills, and if you possess of them, it's enough. You don't need to spend time to study something extremely hard, academical knowledge that you won't use. Like, it makes no sense. So in this comparison, I'd rather prefer practical skills over academic knowledge. So should young people make long-term career plans? Yes, definitely they should, because even me, I guess a year ago I didn't have any plan for my future. I didn't know what to expect, and for real, my life, my imagination, my mindsets, my perception of the world has changed tremendously over the past year, and I was really afraid for the long period to acknowledge that there are some things that I have to think about. There are some things that I have to have a plan for the future. I have to realize what I want to get and what I need to do, and it made my path much more clearly for. So I guess each young people has to do the same. He has to realize what he want to get, what he should do for this year, and start with small steps, with small habits, with small changes in his life. You don't need to change spontaneously everything in your life and to follow, I don't know, Elon Musk's schedule, for example. So you don't need to do that. You just need to start doing something. Don't just procrastinate. Yeah, and usually young people, like, out of my experience, don't realize what do they want to do in this life, and they randomly do some stuff, and it's also way, it's if you are satisfied with this life, there are no problems. But I'd rather recommend to create a plan, to do something, to plan your future. All right. Are people in your country more focused on work or studies? I guess in my country, if you're talking about Ukraine, people more focused on work, because after graduation of universities, they don't really care about knowledge that they could gain potentially. They don't realize what kind of abilities will be opened for them if if they will study something. So they just graduate from university, work, and nothing else. Like mainly overwhelming majority. I don't talk about everyone. I'm talking about overwhelming majority. Of course, there are some people who continue studying, who moving forward, who continue with even better endurance than they had in the university, for example. Yeah, or probably will be better to say with the better pace. Yeah. So, what are the benefits and drawbacks? Yeah, I recognize this word, but how does it sound? Let me check. I don't remember when I saw this.
Drawbacks.
Drawbacks. All right. What are the benefits and drawbacks of changing careers? All right. Definitely, there are benefits, drawbacks, and from the benefits, if you realize that you're doing some stuff, you don't enjoy doing it, and you want to change something, it's a great decision. Never late, I guess, if you're not 70 years old, 60 years old, it's not late to change your life, to change your career, and to start doing something another that you enjoy to do. But at the same time, you sacrifice your time that you have already spent for another field, and it means you can return the time. You have already gained some experience, you have already gained some knowledge in that field, but you have to abandon that if you want to start new one. Probably some knowledge that you have already gained, it will be useful for you in the future, but anyway, you have to start your path again, and sometimes it's hard, but if you enjoy doing it, it's cool. All right. And the last question, by the way, how is technology changing the workplace and learning environment? I was talking about it a bunch of times. So I can say that previously we had an opportunity to study, to work from home. Nowadays we have this opportunity. We can sit at home, we can study, we can do any stuff. We don't need, for example, to spend some time for getting from one point to another one to overcome the destination. We don't need to waste the time. However, on the other hand, it's better when you can see people in real life and communicate with them. But nowadays, we have much more work and study abilities, because you can work in another country from your hometown, just due to internet, due to your gadgets. The same story is with communication. For example, I communicate with people from different countries just due to gadgets. So previously it wasn't possible, and it's really great. It has changed, and there are advantages and disadvantages, but I'm not going to talk about it because I mentioned about it a bunch of times, and it's 20 minutes video, so I don't want to probably waste someone's time. Alright, that's all for today. Thanks if someone watched it, and see you next time.